Hey guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we are here with the next episode of F1 YouTuber Career Mode, and today we are here in Germany, driven by CalHD, and of course I'll leave a link to his channel down below so you can go and subscribe to him and watch many of his F1 videos that he uploads a lot of the times. Anyway, at this part of the season we're actually about, I think, 30 or 40 points behind the leaders now, so the next couple of rounds you could say is crucial for the championship, because if we don't go and win maybe the next kind of 3 or 4 races, there might be a bit too much of a lead to build or to gain up to in the last couple of rounds. So it's going to be pretty tough. You can see Cal has decided to start in 22nd place here, adding an extra challenge to already the big task of trying to get a good result here today in the Hockenheim. But we did see in real life here that the Williams is pretty good at Hockenheim. We saw in real life, I should say, that Hamilton couldn't get past Bottas. Even though Hamilton was on better tyres, he still couldn't get past Bottas, and we all know that that Mercedes was still pretty dominant at the end of the day. So you can just see here the strategy that Cal's looking at, wondering what to do. You can see he's decided to go pit lap 5 and pit lap 12. So a 2-stop race, actually a bit like the race you saw back in Austria where Mickey did a 2-stop race. I don't think anyone else has actually done a 2-stop race except for Mickey and Cal here today so far in this career mode, but you guys can let me know. I'm sure you guys can remember better than me what's happened in this series. But anyway, going out to the grid here today, we'll see that a surprise actually, I think that's Ricardo. Yeah, Ricardo has qualified on pole position, which is kind of interesting. Our teammate Massa is in 6th place, and hopefully he's going to get a good result actually, because he hasn't actually had a great season so far. And we're starting down in 22nd place. The normal people near the back of the grid, you'd assume the 2 Mauritius and Caterins, but the lights are coming on. And then the lights are out here in Germany. Quite a lot of wheel spin there for Cal. You can see the tyres warming up quite a bit at the back there as we head down to turn 1. Hopefully there's going to be no carnage at turn 1, but looks like a lot of cars are backing up into each other. Kobayashi and Maldonado, I think that was, making contact, and we're up to 15th place already. Now looking to get past Hulkenberg, Vernon, a lot of people, whilst Button and I think that was Kvyat there, crashing into each other on the first lap of the race there. No damage surprisingly as well. Now right in the slipstream of Kvyat, put it into that standard fuel mixture to try and get a bit more straight line speed. We've got +2 laps fuel at the moment. Where are we going to look? To the inside, to the outside, to the inside it is. And down to the hairpin. We overtake quite a few cars. Up to 8th position there. Actually looks like Kvyat's followed us through and he's up to 9th place. He hasn't actually scored any points at all this season, so this could be his race. Now looking around the outside there of Magnussen, we've got the move and now up into 7th place. Our teammate Massa is the next person on our list. I'm not too sure what's happened to him there, but he's very slow out of turn 1. And we get past him and up into 6th place. Now, Sebastian Vettel was the next person on our list, but it's actually Rosberg now, who's been overtaken by Vettel, surprisingly here. Rosberg not having a good race at all, and he's actually leading the championship currently. So this could be a crucial move here. Cal going to be looking to go to the inside at the hairpin, you'd assume. Yes, he is already. Before we even get to the hairpin, before we even get to the braking point, we're ahead of Rosberg and now into 5th place. And Hamilton's the car in front. What's happening here today? What's happening to these Mercedes? Alonso's leading the race. This is our pit stop lap here. Going to the inside of Hamilton. Is there going to be enough space through this turn here? Is he going to turn across us? Yes, he is. But just enough space to squeeze our Williams round the outside, a bit of locking up over the curves. But we managed to get the move down and now up into 4th place. Cal decides to ignore the strategy and maybe go towards a 1-stop. That's what I'm thinking here. And I think Vettel is probably going to be overtaken at the hairpin. Yes. Yes, he is. And you can actually see the Red Bull has got a different livery. I think that's because Tom and Cal are doing a series together, a co-op series, and they've installed a pretty cool Red Bull livery. Not too sure whether you can download it or not, but I've got to say it looks pretty cool. Anyway, coming into the pits now behind the leader Alonso. Obviously we're going to a different strategy here. I think the team wanted us to do a 2-stop strategy here, but it looks like we're going to go and revert back to the 1-stop, which I'd assume would be the fastest strategy. I can't see how in this game that a 2-stop sort of, 2-stop race in 25% can work out at all. But anyway, we've came out the pits here in 8th place, I think, if everything's loaded up properly. And right behind the sort of leader, Alonso, he will be the leader after the pits that was all played out here. And we're hopefully going to get DRS as well. We'll see in a second here. No, I think, yeah, there we are. There's the DRS activation point right in the slipstream of Alonso here. This could be for the technically lead of the race, I suppose, as we head down to the hairpin and get that move done. Right, I think everyone's in the pits right now, so this should let us know whether we are leading this race or not. Ricardo might be the one that we're looking at here. Is he in the pits? Yes, he is in the pits, and we've overtaken him. And Ricardo, I think, comes out just behind Alonso here. Right, lap number 9 of this race. Now you can see Cal struggling a bit to turn in perfectly there. And a little bit of gravel over our tyres here. So the next couple of turns will be very tricky. The car will be sliding all over the place. You can see Cal sliding over the grass, and Alonso's managed to get past him here. You can see that gravel still all over the tyres. That's going to be horrible at the moment. Now Hamilton's being able to get past, and I think Vettel might be able to get past as well, because we're just still struggling with that grip down that main straight. But luckily for us, Vettel is not able to get past, and now Rosberg's up into 4th place. Now the fight back once again, lap number 12 is where we've caught up to Hamilton once again, and obviously Alonso just in front. Hamilton's going to be catching Alonso with the DRS, but we've got the DRS on Hamilton, so we'll be able to get a move on both of them. Well, it doesn't look like it there. We get Hamilton, which is good. And now Alonso is the next person on our list. And the Williams team telling us to pit. Obviously, that's not what we want to be doing, because if we pit now, there's no chance we'll win. But the win's right in front of us at this point here, so I don't think Cal's going to be pitting once again. But looking to the inside of Alonso, up into the lead of the race. We're down to 21 cars, but I don't think that's going to be a car that really affects the championship. But down to the hairpin, we've took the lead of this German Grand Prix, and now about 4.5 laps to go here to consolidate this win and possibly go into 2nd place in the championship. But we'll see what happens later on in this race here. A bit wide there over the curbs, and the curb auto spins us there. I'm not too sure what's happening with the curb there. That definitely wouldn't happen in real life, but the curb seems to not like us today, and has spun us out and back down to 3rd place. But Cal should be able to get back past Hamilton down here. Looking at the hairpin, are we going to be able to make a move? Oh, it's close, very close into the hairpin, or the 2nd hairpin I should say really, as we could run side by side with Hamilton. Then the AI normally back out of there on the inside, and that's exactly what happens. It looks like Rosberg, yeah, has got through into 3rd place now. Now the penultimate lap of this German Grand Prix has really been action-packed. Now looking down to the hairpin once again, are we going to get Alonso? Is this going to be it? Well, we got a bit too deep into the hairpin now, and Alonso's back in front of us. This race has been crazy. Now back into the slipstream of Alonso once again. Are we going to be able to do a Daniel Ricciardo-esque move down to this corner here? Well, yes we are, down the inside of Alonso and into the lead of the race once again. Plus 1 lap's fuel. We should be able to run fast fuel mixture towards the end of this race, and yes we are. Looks like we've got an AI in front of us here. I think that's the Marussia of Chilton. We should be nearly coming up to lap, but it's the last lap of the race, so there's not really any chance to actually overtake him there. But what a race that was there from CalHD, fighting back from dropping back a couple of times and managing to get that win, which is very important for this championship. We're going to see in a second here that is so important, and maybe even more important that Rosberg and Hamilton don't finish in 2nd and 3rd. Alonso managed to scrape 2nd place there, which is actually good for us in the championship. Massa, what are you doing? 13th place? I don't know, he's had a bad season, hasn't he? Kvyat, we were talking about earlier, has just missed out on points as well, so it's the same 12 drivers that have scored in every single race this season, which is kind of crazy. I'll probably do a full standings towards the end of the season, but I haven't actually sort of calculated the best results if they haven't scored points, if that makes any sense. So I'm not too sure whether I'll do a full standings or just, you know, standings with everyone that has scored points. But a good race there for Alonso as well, scoring a good podium there and really actually fighting for the win, having better pace than the Mercedes, which is kind of surprising. And yes, look at that. That race has put us into 2nd place in the standings, now 3 points ahead of Hamilton and 12 odd points behind Rosberg. So that race has been very important there, and we pull a little bit further ahead of Red Bull in the constructors as well. You can see the rest of the top 10 driver standings and everything. You can see Ricciardo and Vettel have actually got over that 100 point mark now, and Vettel's not actually that far away if you think about it, especially if you think about double points. If we can maintain that gap and maybe obviously gaining in a little bit, he might actually be in the fight towards Abu Dhabi if he can start beating the Mercedes and obviously us as well. But yeah, good race, I've got to say, guys. Thank you again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Remember to go and subscribe to Cal's channel. I'll leave a link down in the description of the video. And yeah, thanks again for watching. I appreciate you watching this series. Until next time, it's been Alex, I'm out here. Goodbye.